Bonsoir, bonsoir, bonsoir. Comment vas-tu? J'espère que tu vas bien. Je suis la Vanadie de l'écran Apéro, mon nom est de la Livre. Bienvenue sur mon chaîne. Welcome to my channel. I'm the Hoodoo Queen, and this is Divining Tarot de la Livre, utilizing them as playing cards. I hope that everyone's doing well. I hope everyone's feeling good. I want to just start off by communicating my gratitude and appreciation for everyone that has been so gracious to allow me to reschedule my readings. After the Conjure Fete, there's so much that goes into not just recuperating, but um, just getting back adjusted because though the week leading up, the week of, and the week after is a whole thing. And then we start planning next year's Conjure Fete next week. So um, that is something. Is everything? Oh no, that's interesting. Excuse me, everybody. Some things is the mic or something not working correctly.
Yeah.
Um, I'm just adjusting my lights, everybody. I don't exactly know. Um, could you just turn this light on here? Just pull this right here, my boy. We'll just go with that one and keep it moving forward. I do apologize, everybody, for whatever reason the light is being a little bit funny, but can you all hear me well? Is there something wrong with the audio or something?
Yes, it's using your computer.
Oh, okay. So let me just jump into the settings here. All right. And audio and mic. No, it says it's on the wireless, actually. So, and this is on. So it's using the wireless. And not that one. So, anyways, everybody, if you all can hear me well, that's all that really matters. so, I just do apologize for that. But so yeah, just wanted to say thank you all because again, the week prior, the week of, and the week after is very difficult. And then, like I said, I have a week to sort of get everything in order, like orders that got behind and those kinds of things. We're working hard to get those out. Custom work, making sure all that work is out. And that's another big thing about custom work to everybody is whenever I do have multiple clients, it is so important to make sure that we get the work going to the right places as well. So all of those things make a big difference. Um, Hello, Amanda. Hello, Riley. Hello, Guided Air Child. Hello, Petter. Impressive Magic. Tanisha. Excited Camping. Hello, everybody. So there's that. Um, I want to communicate this. Normally, today would be the day that I announce the next community service. I'm not doing that today because I know that some of you, everyone at this point, all community services have gone out, um, and everyone should have your items. But I know that you don't have the video, so the video I hope to get out tomorrow morning is complete. But the holdup is me because when you get the video, you're also going to get a coupon for the May community service. The May community service will be the May Rain and Holy Water Community Service. Okay. Um, and last year We did it and it was fine, but it's a bit of a work. It it's work. Um, but because of the grace that you all have given to this point, we're doing. I'm giving you all a coupon. So all of those who did the big bundle, you all will have the option of getting your community service first. I'll have it posted when you get your video. You will also have your coupon. There will be limited amounts. So, bundle people, you should get the um, the coupon and the link to the community service when it goes live. I will make another public announcement of the community service later throughout the week, but you all will have first dibs and a coupon. We were talking about it at the Fed. Yes, yes, excited camping exactly, and that's why we give as much as we do so that it does last throughout the year. Because you shouldn't be using it like that. To be honest, like you shouldn't be using it so much that you don't have any like within a month. Was the holy water one of those who attended the no. No, my dear, that's not, I don't believe so, Shay. This was for the community service, but I could be wrong. I'll have to go back and double check. Um, thank you, thank you, thank you. I've been wanting another bottle of the May Rain. So y'all will get the May Rain. You will get you get the holy water and which is the purifying, the May Rain and the purifying, the holy water. Blah, 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 blah. All right, so there's that. That was my first community service with you, Queen, and it was a big blessing. Nearly $60,000 in scholarships. See, that's what I'm talking about, you all. That's what I keep telling you. Like, if I did one, I could do a whole video of just 1 month's community service and all the blessings and testimonies from that service easily. Easily. I don't. But I mean, there it is. There it is. I mean, um, I use more holy water than anticipated because I've been in the graveyard more, and that's perfect. That makes sense, you know. Um, and I know that it was just Tanisha that just came up. Um, but I wanted to say this because I mentioned this Friday. I was having dinner with my tech assistant, just because they've done such an incredible job and so great at communicating and all of those things. But I was just looking at her and I was talking about how proud I am of you all. I am so proud of so many of you. I mentioned it during the gala. I'm looking at you all and I'm like, these are different young men and young women, and not in the sense of just spiritually, but like in the sense of personal development, maturity, that has come along within your spiritual um, part of your spiritual journey and those things. But you know, and I'm just looking in the beauty that I love about like the community services that y'all get done. You all coming to the Fed, coming to the work and ritual weekend, and those things is you all are taking your investment and you are then utilizing it. You are investing, you're getting a return on your investment, and you continue this, and you're using the magical things to assist you in your day to day. You're not living this, oh, just spiritual, energetic, and vibrations, but you're literally going, you know what? I need this done. I'm gonna use this to make this happen. This isn't moving like it needs to. I'm using this to make it happen. You know what? You really rubbed me the wrong way, but now you about to be rubbed all kinds of ways. Let me go ahead and make this happen. And you're moving with such efficiency, such deliberate and intentional efforts, and it shows. Okay, so it's like when I'm looking at some of you all, I sometimes imagine not being a part of this world, and it makes me want to say, how are you so blessed? Um, what are you doing? What is your prayers? You know, what are your prayers? And and it's interesting because when people begin to start looking at your life, and if you feel that they are worthy of you saying, babe, I'm just doing what my ancestors have always done. um, I'm living as my ancestors did spiritually, and doing that begins to sow the seeds to others to step into a traditional spiritual space. And that's a beautiful thing, and that's an amazing thing. So I just want to say I'm so proud of you all. I'm very, very, very proud. Je suis très, très, très fier. Et voilà. So, all of that to say, let us dig into our readings for the week. Because you all listen, not doing these readings weekly definitely is a whole different kind of setup. Um, excuse me. Queen, I was doing the dark fruit and Dr. Pepper last year. Can we still do that during the month? Yes. So, somebody, I'm not going to mention who they are. Hello, Emily, how are you? I'm not going to mention who they are, but every single month, every dark moon, they will send me blackberries, blueberries, Dr. Peppers, etc. Literally, I think it was April 1st, they sent me the Dr. Peppers. On April 8th, 8 days later, because 8 is significant, they got a new car delivered to their front yard. They also got offered a job to the to I think the convention center here in Mobile, and they're rebuilding this thing, and they haven't even rebuilt it. I think it's the convention center or the um the Coliseum or something. I can't quite remember. Um, and even sometimes they don't necessarily get the big bundle of the community service, but they make sure every new moon they go to that crossroad and give my people thanks with the dark fruit and the Dr. Pepper, um, a mix of both and or. Sometimes it's just blueberries, sometimes it's just blackberries, sometimes it's just Dr. Peppers. It can be eggplants, it can be a variety. Sometimes it's as in eggplants, But I tell you this, when I tell you that, and I'm gonna, I told this person this actually this past weekend, and they're like, Queen, how is it that if somebody upsets me, she said, this is what she said. She says, Queen, what I have a difficult time deciphering is what is my work, what is a community service, what is it? Is it my monthly offerings? I said, well, look, this is why in the institute I make it clear when you do your homework in the institute, it needs to be specific. I want A, B, C, period. So you know that what you're doing, you're getting. When it comes to the community service, that's why you give your petition. But when you say, Queen, somebody did something to me and it really disturbed my peace, and I either heard your voice or I felt your presence, and then all of a sudden this person ain't coming to work, and we're listening, and I'm asking them like, what's going on? I'm talking about it, and just so happened a tornado hit their entire town and took out the majority of everything and everybody. I said, well, let me explain that. See, the community service, that's directly me to you. When it comes to your homework assignments in the institute, that's you to you. When you do the offerings every month, you are giving offerings and blessings to my people. It's more than just me. It's not just me, but you are literally honoring and acknowledging my lineage. So at a certain point of your dedication and loyalty, your family, and when your peace is disturbed, they will end up in pieces. Period. Every time. And she said, that's interesting because it's like every time I get upset about something or towards somebody, something ends up happening to them. And I'm just like, did I do this? Or why is it so um, intense? It's because my people, we don't discriminate and we don't have time to go back and forth. So let me just go ahead and handle this kind of deal. Um, and so this is why, like some of the people, even here for the community services, you will see due to that loyalty and due to that consistency, they are blessed different than those that just begin. But nonetheless, nonetheless, you're still blessed. Okay. Crows, when you see crows in pairs, it's just a warning that you need protection. It's just a warning. It's not like a horrible thing, but just, hey, look, do some protection work. Make sure that you are protected. That's all. 13 plus crows, you in danger, girl. So there's that. Yes, I would share something, but I won't now. Queen definitely steps behind hers. Thank you so much. Thank you so very much, Amanda. So I have a very important question. Before I ask that very important question, I do remind you guys that I am doing a donation-based retreat this summer. You all will be invited to the graduation of this next institute group. You will be invited to do that. It's just a 2 day. It's a Sunday, Monday. On that Sunday, since we'll already be at the beach, you will learn how to work with the water spirits of the beach, of the ocean. We will then that evening, later on the evening, go to the bayou and learn how to do some things working with the spirits of the bayou, spirits and entities and acknowledgments, offerings, and honorings there. And then on Monday, we'll end up at the bay. But that's donation based. You can donate anywhere from $26 to $44, and that's the max. So, oh, wonderful, Riley. I can't wait to see you. Graduating students do not need to purchase this. Alumni, you will need to give a donation. Anybody else who's not an alumni that wants to come, it's a donation. And the reason why I'm doing it donation basis so that um, I do have a list of people who I know who's there, who won't be there, etc., so forth and so on. Alrighty? So there's that. But the most important question that I have for you all is, where are my earth signs? Earth signs, where are you? Earth signs, if you are an earth sign, I need to see an herb in the conjuring up a babysitter. Listen, you can, or bring the babies. They can learn. Bring the babies. And that is something else too. We still will be doing our um, raising roots from the conjure fed. So I just have to make sure everyone has gotten everything as well. So yeah, bring the babies. The babies are perfectly fine. Oh, you're so welcome. Wonderful. It'll be such a treat, Tanisha. You all will be getting an email communicating what to bring. So, for example, there'll be particular like gourds and those kinds of things. And you just make sure that your babies have their squash or whatever situation may be so that they can also participate and do the work as well. All right, Earth signs. For your week, from May 18th through the 24th, I believe. Let me double check. 1 minute. The 24th, correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So something that I'll start doing is with the live readings. If I do them live, Michael was telling me probably a year ago, definitely more than a year ago, there's this thing that I can use that have different channels. So different buttons I can press and you can all can see the overhead um, view of the cards. That'll be something I'll be investing in here soon. So whenever I'm live, you all can see those things and all of that. Um, Ashley, Michael, and I think Jennifer as well. Actually, I think one of the classes Jennifer let me borrow part of those things. So here we go. Earth signs. Your first card is the Five of Hearts. So because you have this card here, it tells us that this week is going to be a progressive week, progressively positive. So no matter which road you're looking down, you should be having a progressively positive week. Now, let me tell you things about being progressive. Because things are progressive does not mean that they start out great. They will progressively get better. So if they are rough at the beginning, they'll be better by the end. If they're better at the beginning, they'll be good by the end. If they're good at the beginning, they'll be the best by the end. You know, if they're the best at the beginning, it'll be unimaginable by the end. But it's all important to understand that you gotta respect the changing before the change. Respect the process the um of the progression. The next card is the Eight of Hearts. We've the Eight of Hearts. So this tells us that if you have been struggling or you have been wondering, you've been questioning who and or what on your roads can you be loyal to, trust, is someone dishonest and those kinds of things, well, let me tell you that trust will be built this week or it'll become more clear to who you cannot trust this week. And that's perfectly fine. The Five of Diamonds is next on your roads, which tells us that as long as you are logical and rational on your roads, you will see that steady and consistent progression. But you have to move with rationale. You have to move with um, logic. If the math isn't mathing, Don't math, okay? If it's not making logical sense, if you look at it and if the 2 plus 2 is not giving you the sum of 4, this isn't it. So you don't even need to move down that way. You don't even need to consider. All right. So it's all about being very logical in that capacity. The next one is the Jacques of Spades, which says clarity. Clarity, clarity, clarity. So things are going to, again, be progressively getting better. But you need to be, well, it's not just clarity, but don't be impulsive. Excuse me. So, yes, all those things are progressively getting better. Do not be impulsive. Do not quickly jump ahead. Don't quickly just scratch for this or scratch for that. All right. We don't need to do this. We don't want to do this. Accelerating your progression will cost you your succession. Okay. Accelerating will cost you your elevation because you're going to be missing some foundational things that you need. Last but not least is the card that I was saying earlier. Well, the card I was saying before this, which is the Air of Clubs, which is clarity. As long as you are clear on this road of progression, you will be fine. Your efforts will be fine. You will be efficient. You will see the return on your investment. But you have to move with that clarity. Do not be impulsive. Move with logic. And you will see the things that you can and cannot trust by the end of this week. Et voilà. That is my earth sign. All right. Hello, dynamic divine readings. Hello, hello, hello. All right. Oh, you are so welcome, Marisa. For my next group of individuals, where are my air signs? Air signs, where are you? Air signs, where are you? I need to see the airs in the space. Bonsoir, chez Mac. All right, air signs. The first card you get for this week is the Nine of Clubs. And the Nine of Clubs is a card that says, do not make any changes. It says, you are doing what you're supposed to be doing. You are moving like you need to be moving. There is no questions to be asked. Okay? There should be no worry and no doubt in your movement, in your efforts, in your ideas, in your plans. Okay? And it says you need to move like this no matter what you face on your roads. Even if it says that there is changing and that you need to move with that change, it doesn't mean that you need to change. The Seven of Hearts. The Seven of Hearts tells us that on your roads, there will be an event that more than likely will get you in your feelings. This card says don't be in your feelings, but most importantly, don't switch it up, don't change it up. Okay? Don't switch it up, don't change it up. If something comes about, don't allow your feelings to distract you. Don't allow your feelings to get you off from where you already have been. All right? We then get the Seven of Clubs, which says there will be some challenges. but don't you change. Just because there are challenges, say for example, you got a tool, but you have collected the resources, the tools, the skill sets to accomplish all the things, okay? When you meet a new challenge, that don't mean go get a new toolbox. You already have the tools. You already have the things that you need. You don't have to change, okay? Because there's a new challenge. Right, bro? Super, super. Yes, indeed, Riley. Let's get out of those feelings. So, yes, there will be challenges, but the challenges that you receive, air, will be challenges, the resistance to strengthen you, not to break you, not to stress you, but to strengthen you. You then get the Queen of Clubs, which tells us the air signs, you already going to know what it is. You already know what it is. So it's funny. I was going to mention this earlier and I didn't say it, but this is literally saying you are your valid. You are your confirmation. You don't need to change because you are the confirmation. You are to validate your own actions because you know. Trust what you know. Trust what it is you factually know. Period. Period. Last but not least, truth. The card of accountability. This is the card that says, don't change. Because you will hold yourself accountable, but it also says you don't need to change because you're going to have to hold something or somebody else accountable. But accountability must be had. Accountability must be remitted. The payment of accountability is, in fact, present. So, air signs, they can't shake you, they can't break you. And you need to know that. You need to know that. Water signs, where are you? Where are my water signs? You absolutely got this, Amanda. And the thing about it is like for the air signs, you really got to do nothing, to be honest. You really don't. Just don't get distracted and don't get in your feelings. All right, water signs. Water signs, you get the Six of Clubs. This tells us that your roads shall be open. Opportunities will be present. Resources should come to you easily, freely, and abundantly. But this is all about your roads being open. Now that we know that this is how your roads are supposed to be, let us see what is on those roads. The first thing is the card of the elder. The card of the elder tells us that you need to listen and abide by wisdom, by traditional ways of being. It literally, hello, Nicole. We're on the water signs. We just got on the water signs, actually. Your roads are open. And so it just tells us that when there is information and knowledge, choose to go with the knowledge that is that has been proven. Definitely don't go and make decisions or travel these roads with your own ideas in mind, because you may not be seeing as clear as those that have already lived it or that have a clearer vision. Okay? So, anyways, to put it plainly, choose the path of least resistance and don't just go your own way. Be led. Get more insight to be led. Don't don't decide on your own. Okay? The Eight of Diamonds is your next card, water signs. And this card tells us that there are unexpected blessings that will be coming into your life. There are unexpected things that you need to be receptive to. Allow yourself to receive blessings that you're not prepared for. Um, but honor and acknowledge those things. Um, they're coming, they're happening, and more importantly, make sure that you treat the blessings that you did not prepare for, that you weren't expecting. Treat them as though it is that $100,000 blessing that you are waiting on. Okay. We then get the Ace of Hearts, which says this week, be prepared to get compassion, love, and kindness brought towards you, given towards you, sent your way. Again, your roads are open, the opportunities are there. Will you receive it? And let me make this point very clear. Just because your roads are open doesn't mean that you are present. Please be present for your blessings. So if you are getting advice, take it. If you are seeing unexpected blessings, receive it. If you are getting love and compassion and kindness, receive that. Because if you're not present or you're not available or you're disconnected, it's not that these things are not happening, it's that you cannot receive them or you don't want to receive them or you don't have the capacity to receive them. Last but not least, the Jack of Hearts. The Jack of Hearts tells the water signs that there are going to be some new experiences come up for you, some new events that come up for you, new relationships, a lot of newness. Allow these things to grow, to mature, to evolve, so that you can receive the fruit of that labor, of your labor perhaps. But it is all about allowing the new seeds in your life to not only take root, but to thrive, to grow, and then make your judgment. Alrighty? Sounds good. Now let's see where our fire signs. Where are our fire signs? Fire signs, where are you this evening? Where are you? All right, fire signs. We get the King of Spades. The King of Spades tells us that this week is very simple. If they or it does not recognize who we are, they or it will not appreciate who we are. Therefore, we do not need to invest or engage or operate or collaborate with this said factor. Okay? Bottom line, point blank. I'm going to make it real simple. If they don't invest in you, you don't invest in them. If they don't see you today, don't see them tomorrow. If they don't see your blessings today, don't you bless them tomorrow. If they don't see your talent today, you are untalented tomorrow. Okay? Something in the future may come about in which they then see you, but then it's up to you to decide if they are worthy or valuable. But we will not engage or cooperate or collaborate with anything or anybody that does not desire to see us today. If you can't see me today at your table, you will not see me tomorrow when someone that you find valuable does. Okay? The three of spades, fire signs, tells us that loss that cannot be regained will come from this. So when we see again that you're not being valued and you decide to let it go, it's gone. It is gone. All right? There is no returning. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Why would you want somebody in your space that don't value you? Why would I commit to a job that does not see me? Why am I trying to fight for a marriage when, or fight, fight to have this wedding when the marriages are going to be successful? Whatever situation may be, but it's really important just to know that. The next card is the Five of Clubs, which is we got to work smart, not hard. So again, I'm not going to fight to stay in a space where I'm not wanted. I'm not going to fight to be seen in a room full of blind people. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, Tanisha. The Seven of Diamonds tells us that even through our experiences, our blessings, we will receive our blessings, our prayers will be answered. What we have petitioned is a result of this. So, what we see this week will be a result of something we have petitioned. The confirmation is amazing. You are the confirmation, Tanisha. That's why your reading was already read the day before. As you did your personal reading, we just co-signing. So, but the Seven of Diamonds tells us that we will be we will be living in the prayer that we have petitioned. Okay, receive it completely. Last but not least, the Four of Spades tells us that we should not fight to hold on to falling leaves. I've already made this point clear. So this tells us that this week we will see things that are slowly dissipating, slowly leaving our lives, and we need to allow it to do so. If we don't allow those leaves to fall and to hit the ground, to decompose, we cannot have that fertile soil we need for the seeds that we're planting. So we graciously and humbly experience the disconnection so that we may have the greatest connection. Okay? Everybody, I thank you so much for watching this evening. It's been a pleasure. Again, I do plan on having you guys have the video from the last community service tomorrow. You all will also be receiving a coupon code for the next community service. You will know that the service is live before anyone else. And then I will be making a public announcement later in the week about the community service because we are doing the May Rain and the Holy Water, and they are limited. They are limited services, okay? Thank you all so very much for your energy, your time, and your efforts today. I look forward to seeing you all next time. Take care, be good, and stay hydrated. It is so hot. Until next time, bye bye.